Good job out there, bro.
Good job.
One.
Along Interstate 15, 110 miles west of Las Vegas, lies the town of Baker, California. In the heart of the Mojave Desert, just south of Death Valley, Baker is home to alien fresh jerky, as well as the world's tallest thermometer. To many in the law enforcement community, Baker has another meaning. Just outside the town, along Highway 127, lies a start line. A start line to the largest law enforcement relay race in the world, the Baker to Vegas Challenge Cup Relay. The race was a brainchild of Chuck Foote and the late Larry Moore, both of the Los Angeles Police Department. They had a vision to build camaraderie, physical fitness, and promote teamwork. The first running of the relay took place in 1985 with 19 teams. Today, in its 28th running, the relay comprises nearly 270 teams from all over the world. The race starts out 25 miles north of Baker along Highway 127. 20-person relay teams will run legs ranging from 4 to 10 miles, covering a total of 120 miles through the desert. The first leg starts at an elevation of just under 500 feet and is flat to rolling. By the third and fourth leg, a strenuous climb begins up Ibex Pass, reaching an elevation of over 2,000 feet. Leg 5 is mostly flat. Legs 6 and 7 will take the runners off Highway 127 at Shoshone and onto Highway 178 towards Pahrump, Nevada. The next leg begins at Chicago Valley Road and climbs steadily as it reaches leg 9, the longest leg for the first half of the race. Leg 10 takes the runners into the town of Pahrump, Nevada. Once in Pahrump, runners will leave Highway 179 and turn onto Highway 160, heading out of town and towards Las Vegas. The next legs will climb steadily for the next 40 miles. Leg 13, which is 7 miles long, is the second most difficult leg in the race, begins the climb towards Mountain Springs Summit. Leg 15 is one of the most challenging climbs, a 5.5-mile uphill grind with over 1,000 feet of elevation change. The next leg, leg 16, takes runners up and over Mountain Springs Summit. Weather can be a factor at the summit, and in 1987, the entire race was stopped due to a blizzard. Once on leg 17, the runners will be able to see the city of Las Vegas in the distance 20 miles away. Leg 18 is mostly downhill and takes runners to a left turn at Fort Apache Road. The final 3 legs then begin. Once onto Fort Apache, the runners will proceed into the heart of Las Vegas and take a right at Desert Inn Road. Eventually they'll be passing under Las Vegas Boulevard before turning onto Paradise Road, finishing in the Las Vegas Hotel and Convention Center. This year, 178 teams are scheduled to compete in the Baker to Vegas. One team competing again this year, as it has for the past 6, is team number 11, FBI Arizona. Rod Middleton is the team captain.
I first heard about the Baker to Vegas race when I was an agent attending language training for Arabic in Monterey, California in 1995. This year will be my 12th Baker to Vegas race. The highest place the FBI Arizona team has ever come in at Baker to Vegas is 11th, and that was last year. We were 11th overall out of 261 teams. Our previous best was 17th, which we had done the prior 2 years. So this year, I'm hoping for a single-digit finish, 9th or better. The closest competitors for us at Baker to Vegas, and again, it depends on the category, but this year I've set it up to where we will be in direct competition with a team that's kind of become our arch nemesis, even though they probably don't know that. They're a team that's known as the LA County Lake Lifeguards. We affectionately refer to them as Baywatch. Even though they're lake lifeguards, we just have always jokingly called them Baywatch. Last year, they finished less than 3 minutes ahead of us, meaning they ran about a second or just over a second per mile faster than us. They were the 10th place team overall. We were the 11th place team overall. We were in different categories last year. They won the Invitational. We won the Invitational 800. This year, I've entered us in the Invitational, even though we would qualify for the Invitational 800, because I want to go head-to-head against them in the same category and beat them overall. A lot of people have accused me of saying that this is my last race, that I've said that in years before, similar to I've said this is my last deployment overseas. For me, as team captain and driver and runner and all the other things combined, this will be my last Baker to Vegas race. I'm not ruling out the possibility that I won't run for the team, but it's time for someone else to take the reins.
As you can imagine. I think much like most people, the first time they go out on that course, they have no earthly idea what to expect, and you're struck by the massive amount of organization that goes into this tremendous operation. And in addition to the teams and the support personnel and the ham radio operators, you've got EMS out there with their helicopters and their police vehicles, and then they've got ambulances. It's chaos, absolute chaos, but yet it's organized chaos. So it's an impressive deal.
Your forms. So you got team entry forms, team t-shirt forms, sworn volunteer, contact information for your captains and other personnel, category form, estimated time, on and on and on.
FBI Arizona begins their first formal training for the Baker to Vegas in January at Pima Community College.
I bet they are.
They're the best running gloves I've ever had through the years.
These work
because they're super thin.
Yeah.
Oh, that's ugly.
Will Schaefer leads the track workouts.
I actually heard about Baker to Vegas probably 5 or 6 years ago. Jerry Reimers, who was a former agent in Phoenix, who's now in San Diego, told me about the race. When I was in the Phoenix division, they didn't have a team. I offered up to Rod Middleton that I would help organize the track workout. So what I do is generally beginning in January, we do a track workout every Tuesday. I create the workouts, found the space, the location, encourage everyone as much as I can running-wise. The reason behind the track workouts is if you go out and run, let's say, 5 miles at 8-minute mile pace every single day, you're going to become really good at running 5 miles at 8-minute mile pace. track workouts are key to increasing your speed and being able to keep up that speed for a longer period of time, get your body out of the comfort zone, forces you to push yourself. Speed workouts are an integral part of any training, especially with running, cycling, swimming, it doesn't matter what it is.
Do you want to stagger? You
I don't care. I'm just so you know.
Right. That's fine. The 12, the 16 we may do a little bit.
15 or 20 seconds at least.
Try to get away from that a little bit.
Vegas. To me, it's special because of the team environment. Outside of cross country and running events, there really isn't a team competition. This thing is solely team based. I mean, if you've got one weak link out of the 20 runners, you're not going to do as well. You can be as good as you want to be individually, but in this race, it is all about the team competition. This year's team compared to the others is easily the fastest team. I would say we're conservatively 15 minutes faster than last year's team, which up to this point has been the fastest team I'm on. Everyone's running pretty well. The new guys on the team this year who haven't run before are definitely going to help.
All right, you guys about ready? 3 laps. If you can, that 800 pace, if you can run the 1200 at that same pace, it'd be fantastic. You should be warmed up now, so you know what that pace was? Yep.
I'm past warming up and I'm exhausted.
There's a team from California that Rod refers to as Baywatch. They're running the Invitational Division. I think they've beaten us every time. Last year was by about 3 minutes. Unless they've improved a lot through this year, they're going to have a hard time beating us this year. Rod Middleton is a great captain. I think sometimes he makes things a little more difficult than they need to be, but he's very detailed oriented, which for Baker to Vegas, you have to have, like once again, going back to all the different rules and requirements for the administrative side of it. Rod is fantastic. Plus, he's taken this team from, I don't know, whatever they were, 97th or something, somewhere up there, 6-7 years ago when he was thrown in to be captain, to now, hopefully, top 10. I'll continue to run this race as long as I possibly can, until I retire.
You can't replicate. We'll do 2 400s, and then 3 800s, and 2 400s.
My name is Michael Foster. I'm a first-year runner for the team, so it's good to be here. I'm running leg 10. It should be roughly 5.8 miles. I believe I'm told I should be starting around 11, 12 o'clock at night. And it's basically, the grade changes about maybe 6% the entire 5.8 miles. So it's pretty much a steady run, but it's in the dark.
This year I'm running the leg 20, the final leg. It's that's a fun one because the way they've redesigned the course a couple years ago, it actually finishes in the Las Vegas Convention Center, in front of the crowd, and it's a pretty good time. It's, you know, our team will be there at the finish line, and so it's kind of exciting.
I just think of it as a legacy, as something to do to give back to the community and show how much that I appreciate my job, and to give back to those who actually serve me as well within the law enforcement community.
You know, the whole law enforcement thing it makes a lot of fun. You know, there's 200 plus teams out there, I guess maybe close to 250 teams from all over the world. You see cops from everywhere, and you know, different teams running for memory of different officers. Makes it special. A couple years ago, LA SWAT team ran in their gear in memory of a fallen officer, so it makes it exciting.
Rod's a good motivator. So he's out there, he does what he can, and he shows that he puts his best foot forward, and he just wants you to do the same thing. So in that aspect, he's a good motivator, and he's also the good coach, saying, do what I do, not just do what I say. He puts his own foot down in front of it too.
He took over about 6 years ago, and it's different. Our first couple of years, we had a different coach, and it was just kind of everyone out for fun. We were a little bit competitive, but everyone was laughing and joking, having a good time. Rod's a little bit more serious. He has a little bit more experience in race than me, less than me in Phoenix, but he used to run in San Francisco on their team. And it's very serious. He wants to not necessarily win, although I'm sure he'd be happy about that. But he makes it fun in a different way. I mean, he's got more passion for it, more excitement, and it really is fun having Rod as coach. See him as long as he's in the division and able to run. I see Rod running. He likes it too much. But I wouldn't be surprised if he came back as captain again.
I talked to him last night. He's supposed to be here. He asked me how to get here. I was like, take Speedway.
I'm going to run 80 and then hit right at 2 minutes at the 600 is what I'm going to run. Just so you guys know.
Back with me then.
I don't like getting beat like this.
1, let's go.
I don't mind that. My name is Lincoln Lukage. I'm 31 years old. I've been in the FBI shy of a year now. 31st of January will be a year. In July of last year, Rod and all the other guys told me about it, and so I thought I'd try out. I'm running the 19th leg of it, so I'm going to hand it off to Bob for the finish. I know it's I don't know much about it. I just know it's an early morning leg, so we'll see.
I'm Brian Dana. I've been in the FBI for a little over 8 years, and been down here in Tucson for about 3.5, almost 4. Let's see, I participated in the Baker to Vegas in 2004 when I was up in Las Vegas, and 2009, 10, and 11 down here in Tucson. Largely, in fact, every single time my role has been an alternate runner, which basically means the team is formed, but if for some reason or another a member of the team is not capable of, or eligible, not eligible, but capable of running, then I'll step in and take the place. Out of the 4 years I've been an alternate runner, I've actually had to run 3 times. I believe it was 3 times. Yeah.
I'm John Edwards, 38 years old, and I've been in the FBI for approximately 11 years.
I like the race, and I like the symbolism that's in the race. And carrying a baton with a fallen agent or law enforcement officer it makes me feel like they're in some way participating with my part in the race.
And it's a way to show our support as law enforcement officers for that fallen person, and it helps in keeping their memory and legacy alive. And we're doing it for them as well.
I think Rod is a great coach. There really doesn't have to be a whole lot of arm twisting. I actually look forward to having some kind of a goal that can help me stay in shape, and this race makes it easy, convenient, and enjoyable for me to continue to stay in shape.
He's the type of guy, like it or not, he always puts out, he puts out his goals and his accomplishments, and he wants you to reflect upon what he's done so that you can say, hey, I can match that, I can beat that, and he's always challenging you. But the one thing that I always look for in a coach, which is a leader and somebody I'd want to follow along with, is that he wouldn't ask you to do anything that he hasn't done himself. So every time we run, he puts down his numbers and says match him or beat him. So he does inspire everybody, and definitely inspires me. I can say that by doing everything he asked me to do.
Let's just do five or six 800s, and there was just me, John, and Mickey. Yeah. So we did 5 800s, and God knows on that back, or on this stretch. This stretch.
He's always trying to motivate us, telling us his times to try and push everybody to get better and improve each week. But no, it's just in general he pushes us, and I think that's a good quality in a coach, to expect a lot out of the team and try and push us to get better each week.
What motivates me to keep on running is that I want to complete what I started. I make a commitment to the team, and I do my best to fulfill the commitment.
No, I'm really glad to be on the team. It's a good group of people. Everybody's putting forth a lot of effort, and it's a cool thing to be a part of, and really appreciate the opportunity this year.
Ideally run the 12s, all 3 of them should be at the same pace. I mean, the 2 4s can be a little faster, but I wouldn't go a whole lot faster than what you plan on running the 1200 at pace-wise. All right, 3, 2, 1, let's go.
What was that?
3, 2, 1, let's go.
by trade, I swam competitively in college, so I have at least some idea of the training, but totally different animal, swimming and running. My personal goal is to finish, never run anything more than a 5K before, so this is an interesting exercise. So my goal is to run as fast as I possibly can and help the team win. I actually enjoy running because you can run anywhere, anytime, any place, where swimming it was a lot harder to, you know, you're confined to a pool and it's a little more weather dependent. So I've definitely gotten into running much more. I was a New York State Trooper before. I was a FBI agent, and so I had heard about the Baker to Vegas run before, even as a trooper. I just never knew that Phoenix, except you know, even in the bureau, I didn't know much. I knew that it existed. I just didn't know anybody who actually competed. And as a trooper, I had lost 3 classmates in the line of duty, so it definitely means a lot to me to run in a law enforcement run, and so I take that responsibility pretty seriously.
My name is Mickey Farron. I just turned 35. I've been in the FBI almost 2 years, and this will be my second Baker to Vegas run.
It's for a good cause. I've never actually trained this hard running before, so it's actually good for me to push myself. I never would push myself this hard if it wasn't for the race. So it actually is good for me to see what I actually can do in a running race, having never done it before.
I think of things that I've failed at in the past, things that I've quit, things that haven't gone right for me in the past, and I remember the horrible feeling it is when you don't give 100%, when you feel like you walk away from something, and you may have walked away too early, you may have quit, you may have, you know, not given 100%, and it's just a disgusting feeling. You feel dirty afterwards. So I think of how bad that feels, and I think of how I never want that to feel like that again. So that kind of is what keeps me going when I'm out there.
I first heard about Baker to Vegas after talking to Rod Middleton, who's the captain of our team. According to him, he said it was the greatest law enforcement race ever, and described it as a 20-man team relay event, 120 miles from Baker, California to Las Vegas, Nevada. My role on the team currently is co-captain. I've been that for the past 6 years with Rod, and as CO, I call it. I do anything that Rodney's done, make sure the team is training properly.
I just want it known that I neither endorse, condone, or support in any way this 16 by 400.
That's what we did last year.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, tradition.
Whatever. Let's do 8 by 1 mile.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
My expectations this year for the team are phenomenal. This should be our best team ever. We've been fortunate to assemble with transfers and interest, probably the best team that we've ever had. So I fully expect us to be in the top 10 if everybody performs as they hope and expect and as hard as they've been training. Well, the first and foremost team that is what we consider our competition is Baywatch. They're a lifeguard team that I nicknamed Baywatch a couple of years ago when they first came in, and they have been our nemesis. I don't think they even know who we are right now, but they will by the end of this race. In 2012, this will be the best team FBI Arizona has ever had, and we're definitely going to beat our best time, and we're going to be in the top 10.
Finally, brethren, after a while, the battle will be over. For that day when we shall lay down our burdens and study war no more. Finally, brethren, after a while, the battle will be over. For that day when we shall lay down our burdens and study war no more. Finally, brethren, after a while, the battle will be over. For that day when we shall lay down our burdens and study war.
About the third lap.
Not because I am. And that's not because I am called or anything. It's just when it's called, it happens. So,
Ready?
nope. If you're asking.
Ready? Let's go.
I did Bigger than Vegas. I've heard about it before I ever came to Tucson, and I knew it was a good race. A lot of people enjoyed it I had talked to, and it's teamwork. A lot of good teammates we have here in the Phoenix division. This year I'm running leg 18. I ran it the last 2 years, and it's it's the first leg where the sun comes up, so it's a good leg to run.
Ben Perez, currently 43 years old. Been in the Bureau for going on 15 years now, in a couple of months, and God, if I remember correctly, 7 or 8 Baker to Vegas right now. I believe I'm running leg number 2. It's 4 miles. It's supposed to be pretty easy, hopefully, and but it's going to be quite warm. Normally it gets upwards to 100 degrees, so that'll be good for me though. I was, because of my times, I was selected as an alternate. I was the first alternate. And so I started training with the team, if nothing, just to stay in shape, so I could keep on eating pizzas. And then I got the call. Somebody dropped out due to unforeseen reasons, and next thing I know is I'm training for real, which then it became serious and quite scary, to tell you the truth. I like Baker to Vegas because more than anything is the camaraderie, spirit of the corps, all the law enforcement teams out there. I'm not a huge running fan. I just do it to stay in shape. But on the other hand, it's quite an experience. It's hard to describe. So, if nothing, is that feeling that you get while being out there and having hundreds of runners by you and knowing that you're part of something a lot bigger makes it well worth it.
It has a lot of meanings that you realize how many people are behind you. You don't realize until something bad happens generally. And then you realize what kind of family the law enforcement community is. It's kind of nice seeing people from all over the country and all over the world for this race. It's a good relay race to be part of.
There's some personal goals, of course. I want to make sure that I'm still in as I age in somewhat decent shape, but it's not to let my teammates down. To be there when they need me in the race, or when we're out there doing our jobs too. Rod's like the Brett Favre of Baker to Vegas. He quits every year and then he's back. He's going to stop when he either dies or maybe when he ends up number 1 overall. So I don't see him stopping.
My name's Adam Radke. I'm 41 years old and I've been in the FBI for 15 years. It's the team atmosphere. I like being part of a team. I like the camaraderie. From the 20 runners to all the support staff, it's a great group of people and I love every aspect of it. It's a really well-run event and it's an honor to be a part of it.
Jason Van Gore, I'm 35 and I've been in the FBI a little over 6 years. This year I'll be running leg 11 if I run. I guess it feeds kind of a competitive nature that we all have. We don't get a little older, we don't have a chance to compete as much, but this gives us a chance to go out and be athletic and have a little team spirit and compete.
How much did Rod influence me to be back on the team? A huge influence. He's the king of peer pressure. He doesn't know it, but these last 4 years, whenever we finish the race and we come together as a team in the Las Vegas, conference center there, Rod usually stands up on a chair and he does his, Newt Rockney speech. And every year I'm like, there's no way I'm doing this again. But once Rod gets on that chair and he gives us the rah, you guys did great, it's gonna be awesome. You're like, oh, all right. I'll probably see you next year.
You jogging on the first one there?
What?
You dogging it on the first one?
What do you mean?
You seem like you're going slow. Cause I'm behind you on the first lap.
I was trying to be more even.
Did it work?
I don't know.
Well, you don't have a watch.
Yeah, he doesn't have a watch, but it felt better.
I think he said it's his last race the past few years. You never know. Rod is very good at setting goals for himself, and he does everything in his power to reach those goals, whether it's, you know, the triathlons that he's doing or Baker to Vegas. Who knows? This is a very addictive event. It's really well run. It's fun when you're competing against 250 other teams. It's really fun when you're good. You know, if we can be a top 10er, that'd be great. You never know with Rod if it's his last year or not. I hope not, because you need somebody like Rod to actually have a successful team.
Do I think this is Rod's last race? No, I don't think this is Rod's last race. I'm not even sure it's Rod's last race as the captain, no matter what he may say. Rod has too much internal drive and too much competitive spirit. If he thinks we can field another great team next year, I don't think he can stay away.
Always cold. Wind in the opposite direction today.
Feeling like $1,000,000. Ready to go run in circles. Yeah, I have a little leg injury I've been battling for a while. Kind of battling at the end of last year and continued on into this year. Not sure I can run. It's just a matter of how fast I can run. At this point, I can't run very fast, so not really sure where I'm going to be with only 5 weeks left to go.
The more I run, the harder I run, the more it hurts, man.
Although Jason Van Goor's training has been consistent, a nagging injury continues to bother him. He cannot run as fast as he feels he needs to, and he voluntarily resigns from this year's Baker to Vegas team.
Is it a Friday? Whatever, I went up, you know,
Yeah, you did.
So
You did.
I saw
Should
Mel and Gunn say, hey, you guys good, need help?
This will be my 8th Baker to Vegas. I've been here for all 9, but 1 year I couldn't do it. I was sick that year. This year I'm running leg number 19. It's a fairly easy leg. It's just got about a 2-mile uphill and then about 4 miles downhill. It should be relatively easy, but at my age, it's getting a little bit more difficult each year. I've loved to do this race. Every year I've done this race, it's just been a lot of fun. Just coming together with 19 other people who will, you know, give it 100% to get the best outcome. And then we just have a great time being in Vegas. You know, myself and Alma Sasek have been here together for most of these. We room together. We like to go out after the race, have a few beers, play a little blackjack. And it's always been a good time just to kind of hang out with the guys. Last year, probably specifically with the death of Border Patrol Agent Brian Terry, I remember walking out to the car, and on one of the RVs was a picture of Brian Terry, you know, holding his M4 from his Border Patrol picture. And, you know, I worked on that case and worked on the crime scene and everything pretty closely. So, you know, I thought about that during the run. And, you know, there's law enforcement officers that give their life in the line of duty all over this country. And I think this event is a great way for the rest of us to come together and remember those guys. You know, I've had some medical issues that have kind of made me see that, you know, life's pretty fragile. So you need to take advantage of these things when you have the opportunity. You know, you only get to go around one time, and regardless of your health, I mean, everybody's got little nagging injuries, but we should be thankful that it's, you know, for every day we have, because it could end at any moment.
It is just over a month away to the start of the Baker to Vegas, and it is an unusually cold day.
This is supposed to be Tucson, and we have not had a warm workout yet.
First day of spring today.
That's all right, though. I'd be a little cool.
Usually we're whining by now about the heat.
And then between the
71 right now.
8th and 9th one, we'll probably take an extra 30 seconds every four, and then take an extra minute after the halfway point.
Don't forget that.
All right, go.
Let's roll. Have you seen The Office where they do that?
The track workout begins normally. On one of the ensuing 400s, Rod Middleton has pulled out. An old injury has returned.
Put it down for 3 months.
Yeah, well, don't push it. Still hurt?
Yeah.
Rod, it hasn't gotten pretty since you exited this, by the way. I need you back in there. They're getting progressively faster.
I'm going to run one, but I'm not going to be up there.
Don't push it.
It started tightening here, and then by the time I finish it, it's like right there.
About 30 seconds.
Right.
Rod, how you feeling? Don't hurt yourself.
Where the fuck that came from?
I don't know. Don't hurt yourself, though.
Old age.
All right, are you ready?
Crawl into the bathroom.
Rod
3,
Middleton attempts
2,
another interval,
1, let's go.
but the pain is too great. He must eventually stop the workout.
Don't hurt yourself, Rod.
Just save it. You got 4 weeks of the race.
No, just like this, I won't.
No, but this ain't gonna help. This isn't gonna hurt. Just picture you going, kill it.
Felt it tighten. I thought it was my hamstring. And then by the time I got to the finish line, it was just like my calf was locked up. Old age is a bitch.
Pretty much what I'm doing.
This was a monster setback today, but you know, we'll hopefully work through it, take a few days, ice the leg, and bounce back. It's not the first injury I've had in my running career, and I'm sure it won't be the last. But the team is very powerful. I mean, we got 10 runners out here today out of the 14, 15 in Tucson, and people have really put their heart and soul into it, and I really appreciate everything they've done, and you can see it in the performances of people from when we started this in January on this track to now almost the end of March. The improvement is extremely measurable and noticeable. Keep it up. Great job, guys.
Nice work, Bob.
Great job. Sorry I wasn't able to share the pain.
Let's see what I got here.
We got 4 weeks to go, I believe. 3 weeks to go.
You said my name's Lance Lysing. I'm 42 and I've been in the FBI for 14 plus years. Leg 8 is what I'm running. I've never run it before. I usually have run 7, which is a lot of uphill. I think this is pretty long, somewhere over 6 miles, and I think it's got a slight uphill grade, but shouldn't be anything like the hills I'm used to.
I've done 2. I've done 1 Baker to Vegas, and this is going to be my second one, and I'm leg 7.
What time you run on this leg, it doesn't mean much. There are more important things in this world. When I think about things like that, and I get a little humbled, then I tend to run faster because it doesn't really matter, how much I hurt or how much this feels right now. I mean, I like that humble feeling. Hopefully that's what I'll feel, and I'll just kind of get outside myself and keep running.
Especially last year, I had just transferred into the division, so I know Rod took a chance on me. He didn't know who I was, he didn't know anything about me, so I didn't want to let the team down. And that definitely kept me motivated being the new guy.
I don't know if there's any secret to it. I mean, I just try to run hard. I just try to keep running. I mean, I don't think there's anything magic or any secret to it at all. It's just push yourself.
Rod's influence is pretty great on me. Like I said, he's the only captain that I've known since last year was my first time. So having him back makes it a no-brainer for me to join. I love to run, so I'm going to run either way as long as the team will take me, but I know Rod has things pretty well organized, so I was happy to run again.
Rod has a lot of passion, and a lot more than I do for races, and I think sometimes I need that because I'm not wired like he is. It reminds me that, hey, this means a lot to a lot of people, and I need to focus on it. Keeps me running. I'm sure Rod, being our captain, has gotten me out the door and put my running shoes on more than I probably would have.
second Baker to Vegas for me. I'm running leg 14, which is 10.7 miles, and I haven't studied it, but I ran it last year, same leg. It was the first year they had this particular leg, and it's kind of a gradual uphill, so it's not terribly steep, but by the time you get near the end, it kind of wears on you a bit. And it was breezy last year, which added to it. So.
My name is Anthony Farinacci. I've been in the Phoenix division since 2002, but Phoenix division proper since 2007. I think I've done 5 Baker to Vegases with FBI Arizona. I did one with Imperial County 1 year, my first year, and this year I'm running leg 1. It's hot and flat, 5.4 miles, and generally those are your fastest runners. People like to get off to a good start, and so they put the fastest runners on there. I'm not sure why Rod put me there, but I'll give it my best effort. What kind of motivates me is just my self-drive. I'd like to do well at whatever I do, whether it's running or anything else. And specifically for this event, Rod is a real big encouragement or a real big challenger.
Make sure that the guys who I catch initially stay behind me. Like if I get past, or if if I'm reeling somebody in, it becomes kind of personal. So. The camaraderie we have on the team and being around the other runners is something that I really enjoy.
All right, 400, 3 800s, and a 400. Let's make them good. This is the last real workout we'll do.
A little sore, a little stiff, but I think a little rest next week, I'll be ready to go.
The grade gets a little tougher as you get further.
Yeah.
With a week's rest and 2 weeks before the race start, Rod Middleton is once again able to train on the track.
Puffing at 7 minutes a mile, when in reality you can run
The team is ready.
easy, and you just don't realize it.
Yeah.
And there's certain.
It is the day before the start of the 28th Baker to Vegas race. Teams check in, and final race preparations are underway. Pre-race meetings are held throughout the afternoon and the evening.
How important your job is. The primary responsibility, of course, is safety of your runner. You and the observer are the ones who will ensure
Rod Middleton and FBI Arizona have their final team meeting on Saturday.
You finished first place. You and Will crushed it.
Thanks, everyone, again for showing up out of your own time. Well, they gave us time yesterday and Monday, out of your own pocket, and being here for yet another Baker to Vegas. And I think, without sounding like a broken record, but I like to sound like a broken record, we have fielded, again, the best team ever. I've been right 5 years in a row. We'll see if I'm right 6 years in a row. I have a pretty strong feeling that I'm right again.
But put that upper right hand window.
Rod's information is detailed and leaves nothing to
provide
chance.
a volunteer, they're disqualified. You peel it, stick it, and then you. Anyway, let the veterans. Based on their estimated times here. An estimated time is just one of the things.
And with the chip, which is capped on one end, facing forward. I just want to do a little tribute to last year. And I got a quick PowerPoint that I'll set to some music. If I knew what else to say, I'd keep talking, but I know you guys get tired of hearing me. And I know I sound like a broken record every year. I can't thank you enough. It means a lot. if somebody wants to take over, honestly, I would like to hand over the duties to someone, not because it's just time, I think, for somebody, if we want to keep going at this rate. It's the most rewarding event that I've ever participated in my life, other than serving for our great organization and serving our country. But I think those things are all tied in, and that's what makes it so phenomenal. From the baton you carry to when you're out there on the course and you're seeing the pain that people go through, and you're seeing the sacrifice that people made to be here today, the personal sacrifice, time away from their family, the financial sacrifice, the training that we've all done for months and months, the family members that come, that, you know, it's incredible. I mean, and when you're standing at the award ceremony, they're showing slides of the people that passed away over the past year, and they're doing the national anthem, and there's 10,000 people in the room, half of whom are in the back drinking and yakking and whatever. It's a powerful event to participate in, so much more than for the running. You know, I love running. I always have loved running. It's when I feel centered. It's when I feel the greatest connection to a greater purpose. And it's, you know, it's helped me celebrate the greatest things in my life. It's helped me overcome the worst things in my life. And this race is tied to all of those things intimately. I was discombobulated when I stood here in 2006 as the, you know, interim or new or whatever appointed team captain. I mean, we got to the follow vehicle check-in and we didn't have all the stuff we needed. You know, and if it wasn't for Tom Ravenel with FBI San Francisco, we would have been disqualified there on the point, on the spot. But Tom recognized, you know, where I was at and stepped in, and we ran the race that year. And I know it may have seemed organized to some, but it was incredibly disorganized in my mind. So I have browbeaten, I have tried to inspire, I have threatened people, I have fought with the chain of command, I have guilted people, I've done everything in my power to make this a reflection of something that we can all be proud of, not just for the race, but for who we are and as a group. And I think it speaks volumes to all of you for being here. Thank you. Let's talk among whatever groups we need to. The follow vehicle and the catcher vehicle need to depart. You know, we get 12:30 departures, so whenever we're ready to go, we'll do it. All right? Thank you, guys.
After a brief stop in Primm, FBI Arizona departs to Baker. At Baker High School, the catcher and follow vehicles are made ready for the race.
I had 104.
Al Nasasic and Theo Kalamanis will stay in the team follow vehicle for the entire race.
How about that? Good. How about that, huh?
You mount the topper yet, or?
Along with Al and Theo, Karen and Manny Guaman will be in the catcher vehicle.
I know.
In all the 12 years, this is the hottest.
Right, I wonder if we'll go back to March next year.
Oh yeah, this is going to test. This is going to test people's listening to warnings.
Yep.
Can you fill out the?
So if you think you're runner's in trouble, pull them.
Oh, I already got the batteries in these damn
Yeah,
things.
they're already set to go.
So you need to make sure that you guys are hydrated too.
Okay, we'll do it.
This is a blast.
What makes it so fun?
I don't know, I guess the camaraderie, watching these guys suffer. No.
There's about 350 ham radio operators involved. We have because the race is so far spread out to 120 miles, we have to set up a communication network covering 8,600 square miles.
Okay.
And there's nothing out here, including cell service. So we have to come out several weeks before the race and set everything up. All the repeaters, all the communication equipment, all the radios. We have to test them, make sure it all works, take them all down, and then the day before the race we come back and put them all back up.
You are the final start, which means you guys are the fastest and you are the top 1%, so congratulations. Also too, you guys have been here the longest in the race, so you know what's going on. So there's nothing to go ahead and reiterate, not try to reinvent the wheel, okay? First of all, any new drivers? Okay, you guys squared away what you need to do, your roles and everything about driving, how to go ahead and not run over.
All right, see you, bro. Thanks, guys. Number 10.
Oh, yep, 10. Number 10, yep.
104, but on the pavement is 115.
Car's saying 107, the pavement's 115.
Anthony Farinacci will be running leg 1.
They've had groups. They've had people go down. There's at least 2 airvacs they know of. They said they've had a number of people that stopped and then they started and then wham, down they go. They said some people just tend to run in groups because you're just trying to make it. So yeah, it's survival. This is the hottest I've ever seen. This is hotter than 2010, and 2010 was war zone on the front end of the course.
6 minutes. Keep hydrating. Stand by for further announcements.
Got it, country. Everybody's hating on these already.
Let it fall off.
The race starts at 5 p.m. Rod Middleton and the catcher vehicle will wait for Anthony Farinacci at the leg 2 transition area. Ben Perez is running leg 2.
Let me ask you questions, like simple stuff. How you doing? How's it going? Whatever. Try to respond to them if you can hear them as best you can, because they're telling them to do that.
The temperature on the pavement is now over 115 degrees. FBI Los Angeles, Team 7 is in first place. The heat begins to take a toll. Anthony Farinacci arrives and hands off to Ben Perez. In spite of the heat, Anthony has run faster than predicted. Karen Guaman is there with water.
Good job, Anthony. Good job.
How you doing, partner? What's your name?
You broke your. I had you at 40-12 as unofficial.
Damn, guys. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thanks, Dave. Rod, thank you.
We'll see you at the finish line.
See you at the finish line.
Theo, this is Rod. You got a time?
Copy. The Nashville finished in 40-13, 4013.
Copy, 4013.
Let's go! Let's go, man! Let's go, let's go!
Just up the road from FBI Arizona is Team LA County Lake Lifeguards.
Compared to last year, we are 1 minute and 2 seconds ahead of our time.
Oh!
Yes. Even given these conditions.
Rod Middleton and the catcher vehicle will leapfrog from transition area to transition area, preparing the next runner.
I said drop that first mile to 7:45 or slower, and then assess, and they're going to talk to you from the follow vehicle. So if they ask you any questions, you know, they should be simple, but try to respond to them because they're trying to assess, because they're giving us marching orders. Make sure follow vehicle is talk to your people, make sure you're assessing them. You know, don't let them get to that whatever point, because I've already medevac several people, and a lot of people have gone down. Team 1 had a runner go down on leg 1. We can tell him. He's basically need to get over here.
When you're there.
Lincoln Lukic receives some last-minute instructions. He will be running leg 3. Out on the course, Ben Perez is also running faster than predicted.
How you doing? Good job out there, bro.
Good job.
But I mean, they were babies at one point, but we only brought them up one time.
Mickey Farron is the next runner for FBI Arizona.
All right, get together.
Lincoln Lukic arrives at the transition area and hands off to Mickey Farron.
Copy, 3340.
Let's go! Let's go, Mickey! Let's go,
They should come in, if Mickey is on time, 7:24 p.m. Plus or minus. Make sure you know you're there. Obviously, 7:20 or before that.
This year I'm excited. It's perfect weather. Sun's gone down. It's almost all downhill. Just being part of this team, gonna finish in the top 10.
1 mile out.
LA County Lake Lifeguards are in the transition area and still maintain a small lead over FBI Arizona.
I don't see you, eh?
When you go to home?
23 on approach. 23 on approach. Coming up next. 23 in the chute. Last minutes, come on!
Mickey Farron charges into the transition area and hands off to Joe Wolstenholme for the start of leg 5. Mickey Farron has run a solid race.
Fantastic.
Theo, you got a time?
copied 4105. Yeah, brain starting a short circuit already, which is not a good sign this early on.
Matt Feinberg will be next to run. He has never raced a distance over 3 miles, and his leg is over 6 miles long.
Build into it.
Joel Wolstenham finishes his leg, and Matt Feinberg begins leg 6.
Feel coasty, huh?
LA County Lake lifeguards continue to maintain their slight lead over FBI Arizona. As Rod Middleton and the catcher vehicle drive to leg 7 transition area, Matt Feinberg is running the race of his life. Out on the course, he passes numerous teams, including LA County Lake lifeguards. The next to run will be Lonnie Camacho. His leg is the 3rd most difficult in the entire race. Rod Middleton and the other team members anxiously await Matt Feinberg's arrival. As Matt Feinberg finishes leg 6, he sprints and passes yet another team on the way to the transition. Matt Feinberg has done an outstanding run, passing a number of well-placed teams, including LA County Lake lifeguards.
Yeah, great. Great. I missed the shoot. Great run. It's all right.
What?
That's
Second?
Puking?
I don't know what your exact, but you're probably about a minute and a half under predicted time. So I'll find out, but we had you at 7 minutes a mile. I'm telling you that you went probably a minute and a half under 42:45. So you ran probably a 41:45 to or less.
Lonnie Camacho passes FBI Los Angeles.
On leg 7, Lonnie Camacho is clearly crushing this leg because we just passed FBI LA Team 7 and California State Parks Team 268, which were 2 of the 3 teams that I highlighted. We're already well ahead of Team 215, so it's looking good.
Roger, to the flag, there. At the flag.
Lance Slicing is the next runner.
You could go all the way up to the flag also.
Lonnie Camacho has put in an outstanding effort on the 3rd most difficult
You
leg.
did a great job. Okay, you're clear from us. Keep a good eye on him, okay? Thanks.
Nice job, man.
Thanks.
Good job.
The next leg will be run by Baker to Vegas team captain Rod Middleton.
No, not yet.
Lance Slicing of FBI Arizona is fast approaching.
Just called 1-1.
All right.
Okay, good.
Runner number 11, 1-1.
So you're
Yeah, nice.
Rod Middleton takes the baton and runs off into the desert darkness.
Yeah, just great. Without it's tired.
Lance Slicing has run his leg at a faster pace than predicted.
Yeah, but yours is steeper. I should have done better. All right!
All right! Keep it up!
I'm hoping to do 720s. But we'll see.
All right, good luck.
Nice flat run. Ought to be a good one. I got another one in 6 days though. Running the AOR, 3 legs, 18 miles.
Wow.
So this will be a warm up for that.
As Trey Halterman waits for Rod Middleton, LA County Lake lifeguards take a position in the chute as well. Rod Middleton finishes and has left everything out on the course. At the Leg 11 transition area, Michael Foster enters the chute with an LA County lifeguard team member. Both await the arrival of their respective runner. Both teams are now within seconds of each other. LA County takes the baton first, followed seconds later by FBI Arizona. As Trey Halterman finishes the leg and the catcher vehicle makes its way to leg 12, Michael Foster will battle back and forth with the LA County lifeguard team. Finally, Michael Foster surges ahead and puts FBI Arizona in the lead. Adam Radke will run next.
Right there. You get it there.
Yeah, but who's catching him? I'm catching him.
You're catching him.
Oh, I need that vest now.
I know, no, just keep it to you. You get to the leg. You'll be there.
With great effort, Michael Foster has maintained the lead of FBI Arizona over the LA County Lake lifeguards.
Adam!
Go, Adam! You got this!
Good pace, good pace. Do it! Do it, Adam!
Good job, Adam! Good job, Adam! Woo!
Will Schaefer warms up at the leg 13 transition area. His team car had trouble finding parking, and he has had 5 minutes to warm up.
Close to me. Close to I need to try to catch.
I haven't seen. We're ahead of LA, and we're ahead of Baywatch, and we're ahead of California State Parks, and we're ahead of U.S. Border Patrol.
Adam Radke finishes his leg and hands off to Will Schaefer. Adam Radke has run his leg 15 seconds faster per mile than predicted.
I didn't tell him about Baywatch. So.
Top 10, baby. Good job.
All right, Will! Good job, Will! We predicted 207. We're at 159.
At the leg 14 transition area, Jason Sada stands by. Leg 14, at 10.7 miles long, is the race's longest and most difficult.
After Adam's leg, we were 17:52 ahead of last year, 17 minutes 52 seconds ahead, and we were all basically on our realistic projection, which I think just
There he is.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Will Schaefer finishes the leg and hands off to Jason Sada. He has maintained the lead of FBI Arizona and passed a number of teams.
Move it!
Thanks.
Here's some water.
Thank you.
Sorry.
You can have it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks.
Good job.
Thanks. Bro. I passed a lot of teams, but I don't think any of those were any of the day we had. You passed in front of us. Yeah. Oh, I passed them?
Yeah.
What number were they?
Well, we were behind them, and now they just called out 1 mile.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. You passed it.
Good.
You
All right.
passed
Good.
You passed it.
It's tough. That wind was fair.
I thought you had a copy of it in our binder, but it's negative march on.
Start warming up. How much time do you think you got? We had him at, if he's on.
John Morton is waiting at the start of leg 15.
Run is 1 mile out, team 1, 5. Your runner is 1 mile out. Morning, team 5, run.
So We'll be running, that's 4 minutes. That's like 4 minutes tops, probably.
51. The runners are less than.
That's him. Number 11.
Good boy.
Jason Sada has put in a solid performance.
How long is this leg?
5.5 miles.
John Morton climbs towards Mountain Spring summit.
All right. Let's go, Johnny.
As John Edwards warms up for leg 16, FBI Arizona still maintains a slight lead over LA County Lake Lifeguards. John Morton finishes leg 15, exhausted from the grinding climb to the summit.
Family's here.
We need more. We need more than that. The old parts on leg.
In spite of the outstanding effort on the last 3 legs, LA County Lake Lifeguards are closing the gap with FBI Arizona.
Jeff Lynner ran this leg in 2009, an extreme last-minute substitute on the way to the course when we lost a runner whose son had fallen at home and had to be taken to the hospital. And Jeffy hadn't really been running, and like he was supposed to have been, because he was alternate runner. And he ran 7:18s on this, but he couldn't walk for about 4 days. He had to sleep downstairs because walking up and then walking downstairs was too difficult.
What the hell, Bigman? We not passing?
Theo, you there? Two things. We got coffee, so we just need to get somewhere along the road ahead of you guys, and then I'll stand there and hand you 2 cups of coffee, and then I'll run and hand you sugar and crap like that. Second, do you have a time?
You're breaking up. Can't hear you too well.
Let us catch up to you. Hang on.
When they tried that?
You want me to stop?
No, go up.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, you're gonna do it. Hang on.
Hang on.
Got one more.
Hold on.
Oh, this is beautiful. You guys are good.
Only got 2. Here's some.
Yeah, that's good. Hang on.
Got some sugars.
Hold this for a second. Get him up with. Danielson, you're good at this. Hand him. Thank you much.
Hey, what's the time?
We got 46:11 on John's leg.
46:11. Okay.
All right, thanks a lot.
Great job. You need anything else?
Oh, good.
Good, thank you.
John.
Go, John! Woo!
As the lights of Las Vegas appear, at this point in the race, it will be critical for the next runner, Duncan Edwards, to put in a maximum effort for FBI Arizona to maintain its lead over LA County Lake Lifeguards.
Yes, sir. What was he wearing? You either. No, I'm
Get after it, Duncan. Go get him, man. Okay. Get after it, Duncan. Let's go, bud. Let's go, Duncan. Let's go, Duncan. Move it! Great job. Yeah, buddy. All right. Great job. What do you got? Time?
Ran the first 2 at 5:38 ever.
45:19.
4:5:19?
Yep.
Okay. You know that Baywatch is bearing down. They're like,
Catch him.
Yeah, they're hard. This guy's moving.
Really?
They're less than a half a mile behind us.
Okay.
45-19, right? Got it. Go. Go Duncan! Go Duncan!
Jay Brown awaits the arrival of Duncan Edwards.
This one's run pretty well. There's been 2 of the 3 check.
Duncan Edwards thunders into the transition area. Jay Brown begins the last of the 3 legs.
And 1-0.
FBI Arizona will maintain its lead over LA County Lake Lifeguards for the rest of the race.
Good job.
Tony Taylor awaits in the leg 19 transition area.
311, keep a second. Keep going.
Go Tony! Go Tony!
Bob Zelina prepares for the final leg.
Early warning, runner 4.
Right when you
He's
are.
gonna be coming real
Early
fast.
warning.
Let's go, Bobby Z! We got at least a 5-minute lead, I believe, right now on Team 10. Carolyn has already confirmed that teams 1, 2, and 3, like we suspected, have finished. 4 and 6 are ahead of us on this leg, and we're not going to catch them. So, fair enough.
No.
Fair enough. Great job. Thanks, man. Great job. So, barring Bobby going down, I think we're in 6th right now, but I'm not 100%.
Potentially, the difference is 3 minutes and 10 seconds. Coming around the corner now, ladies and gentlemen, Team 210.
As Rod Middleton walks into the Las Vegas Hotel towards the finish line, he has a good idea. The team, FBI Arizona, has done what it set out to do. A single-digit finish. Bob Zelina finishes the final leg of the 2012 Baker to Vegas for FBI Arizona. In the final standings, FBI Arizona finishes 6th overall with the best ever time of 14 hours, 27 minutes, and 3 seconds. LA County Lake Lifeguards is 7th, just under 4 minutes behind. In the invitational category, FBI Arizona is the first place team. The Baker to Vegas race is forever dedicated to the fallen men and women in the law enforcement community whose names are emblazoned on a baton carried 120 miles through the desert. For this 2012 Baker to Vegas team and support crew of FBI Arizona, and for Rod Middleton, this endeavor marks what many can say can be called a most worthy cause. Through their combined efforts, their passion, and their perseverance, they have shown what can be possible when a group of individuals put their best foot forward for a couple days of racing in 2012 and accomplish their goal, a single-digit finish.
What cartoon character or superhero reminds me most of Rod? I would say maybe a combination of two. I can't help but think of Charlie Brown trying to kick the football and the determination. He just keeps going and going and going no matter what. But I don't think Rod, as Charlie Brown, I don't think Rod would stand for Lucy. I think he'd take Lucy out for getting rid of the football. I also kind of think of Batman because he's got that superhero quality, and you know there's something in his past, something in his head that's driving him, and it's something tragic in his past, and you're not quite sure what it is, but it's put a grit and determination from him that in him that won't be beat. So I guess Charlie Brown and Batman.
Television character Monk, the Roadrunner,
Beetle Bailey, and
a professor.
With that little tiny chicken hawk.
Fred Flintstone, Captain America.
Maybe Kermit the Frog.
Superman. I'm drawing a blank on that one.
Mine is Hellboy.
To be the Flash.
Smart on the fly. You're a great guy. I appreciate all that you do for our team, and thank you very much, sir.
Lion-O from the Thundercats.
The Tasmanian Devil. The Energizer Bunny. You know, he really does just keep going and going and going.
4.
I'm gonna ask you to look away. My broken life will never stay. Try too hard and I always lag. Days are gray and the nights are black for me. Wait for me. Wait for me. Isn't what I'd seen. The sky's not blue and the field's not green. I'm gonna ask you to look away. My broken life will never stay.